I get police, then see this, and get for say, then make a phone call to you, but you decline the meeting. You go let process the record straight for reviewers and listeners out there.
Yes, Citizens Advocacy Network, a well-established civil society outfit at Sierra Leone. We, over the years, done promote the ideals of human rights, rule of law, and democratic good governance. We don't follow the debates and the disagreements from Parliament in respect of the constitutional amendment of the 1991 Constitution. We find out, say, provisions inside the law where Parliament don't violate in terms of determining which method they will use for votes for make this bill pass into law. Because of that, and as citizens, we feel say we get a right under the law for able to express reviews, for express concerns them in a very decent and civilized way. We decide for writing a letter formally to the IG of police for inform them that we want for undertake a peaceful procession, which is provided for by the laws of this country, wherein we want for go to State House and engage the President, Republic of Sierra Leone, President Madabio, and appeal to him, making not pass this bill into law. Because I get the final stage for sign. Not only when the President sign, that bill they will become law. So the police receive a letter. We not receive any formal correspondence from the police inviting us to the meeting. Let me make it clear. We not receive any formal correspondence from anybody from the police inviting us to a meeting for discuss the planned protest. What happened is 2 days after we don't write a letter to the police, we receive call from somebody who not even sabi, telling us that IG of police say he want for me to train. Normally, when somebody writes you a formal letter, particularly from an institution, what are the most formal thing for do is to also write to the person if you want to invite them to a meeting. The call the person call me, not the person who sabi, will never come in contact with the person.
That's the clips and the nails.
Inform me that the IG of police they invite you to a meeting. So what you tell them is, given the fact that this is now a very important national matter, and it will not sabi you, we may not even vouch that you are ever a police officer. In this day of cyber stalking and all the other issues that happen at cyber, anybody can take up the phone and begin to make calls. For security reasons, we cannot go to any place on account of a call we receive. We don't send formal letter. So for them to be sure that now the IGP invite you to a meeting, we call the person and tell and say, we have been advised by our lawyers for tell you say, let this invitation be written and sent to us. We will see the Inspector General of Police in letterhead or the police letterhead, and somebody signing it. We know that.
Esther, Mama, they call you.
This will come from a source we credible. It will come from the IGP of police or it will come from the cell.
Mama, they call you. It's like asking for the name.
Police. The person actually say, okay, they will get back to you on that. We will never get any information apart from every time I don't say so. So the rumor or the information where the police send out that they invite you to a meeting, we decline. It's totally false and because we don't receive any call, any formal correspondence. This is not serious business. We not to remand them, not to street with it. We not to there with people who don't understand we way around. If, for instance, we write letter for let we inform the police we want for protest, the most formal thing for do, the most decent thing for do, is for them to write a letter inviting us to the police. Not to just call we with an anonymous call number. We're not even sure of the person we call it. So that is the situation. That are the exact story I give us. So if the police they say they call you to meet, we not go there. That's not the story. That we on side of the story that.
So any other means the way una think say una go able engage His Excellency the President away from staging the procession?
Several means and they for engage the president. But one of the reasons they will make Kofi say we need to forget the procession. Probably the president, a lot of people they don't make position papers. But Kuma don't write letter. But Kuma don't talk on television, radio. The arguments don't take place in parliament. We don't see debate. We see all over the place debates. But all of them debates they know the proof for it. Forget any result. It seems as if probably the one they wait for take action, no they read, or then they read, they need to understand, or sometimes they don't even pay attention to what people they say. But when they see empirical evidence of Sierra Leoneans in flesh and blood walking or marching to State House, then see them in the thousands or hundreds of thousands expressing this approval of what happened in Parliament, probably then they will make the people away hold power, and President Bio will see this is a serious national matter and not to ask what they think of. Because when they're in the office, AC they blow them, they don't even care at times about what they happen or what people they think. With all the Boku position paper, they don't see people don't write rights, they don't send we still see Parliament is bulldozed away. They still go ahead for violate the constitutional provision. They still go ahead and say they don't pass law. Then they wait time for president. So we see and say we need to take a pragmatic step. So that is just one step. And a protest is something provided for by the laws. Inside Chapter 3 of the 1991 Constitution, it guarantees citizens the right for assembly. It guarantees citizens the right to freedom of expression. To make that freedom of expression and freedom of assembly guaranteed, you look at section 17, subsection 1 of this Public Order Act, and tell you say if you want to express that right, you need for right to the Inspector General of Police for notify that you want for assemble, you want for process, you want for protest. That is what we have done. We have done everything within the laws. If the police want for engage we, they know what for do formally. If they get time for write press release for scatter all over social media, what is stop them for write we letter for invite we to a meeting? What is stop them for engage we constructively and formally? This is a serious business. We live in a democracy. Over time, the police don't come under serious attack for denying Sierra Leoneans the right for protest. The police don't come under serious attack for undermining the rights of people, especially in critical national issues. Protest nothing that we provide for in not only with constitution and laws, but even in international conventions and treaties to which Sierra Leone is a signatory. This country over time don't suffer a brutal war. Waiting at some of the causes of that war which took place 11 years. Now because people are saying in their own country, they feel like they're a foreigner in their country. They cannot speak freely, they cannot express themselves freely. When they talk, either they arrest them, they intimidate them, they pull them a hook, they begin treating them like they're an alien in their country. Then things then they plus other things then account for the disgruntlement of Sierra Leoneans. We go inside the bush. And when they go to the bush, when they come, they cut hands, cut foot, pull woman picking inside belly, burn house, kill motor man. This country go behind for several years. Some of you be young than 10 and they will get calls for going to displacement. Some man run away at this country, you know, even come again today from the rebel war. Some of we with childhood was corrupted by the incident and they because we get calls for even rape, school nobody go on, everything shuts down at this country. We don't want to go back to the dark age and they. After that rebel war day, when they come for investigating caused the war, sadly, the police was one of the institutions then, where the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report singled out as the factor, one of the factors that were responsible for the war, because of their conduct what they do, for the undermining the rights of citizens. Then. The police will be an institution where for the protect and secure citizens then, and ensure that people's rights will not be violated. But we see a contrary thing being done by we see alone police here. So this protest is an opportunity for them for able to send a message not only to Sierra Leoneans but to the international community, the world at large, that we police don't rebrand themselves. Then they really rebrand themselves for being the police who are the force for good as they call themselves. It's not about of just saying we are force for good. It's about doing what it means by force for good. By denying people the right to protest, not they manifest them as force for good.
You see,